Paul from Blackguard, and this is my Halloween story. It's not much of a story, but over the last couple years, we've been on tour pretty much every Halloween. We've been out of town. So whenever, like, most of the shows that we end up doing around that time, like there's always a Halloween gig that we end up playing where, you know, people end up showing up in costumes and all that stuff. So this past Halloween, we were on tour with Nevermore, Warbringer, Hatesphere, and we were in St. Paul, Minnesota. And we showed up that morning, and a lot of people were kind of toying with the idea of dressing up for the show, even though it wasn't I don't think it was a Halloween themed show. Like, the fans weren't asked to come dressed up, but we were all kind of, everybody was kind of thinking about it and toying around with the idea. And we found out that there was actually a costume shop about 3 or 4 blocks around. So at one point during the afternoon, after all the sound checks were done, everybody, well, maybe not everybody, but there was a really good amount of people, like a lot of people from Nevermore and the Warbringer camp, and I went too. We all went to the costume shop and basically shopped around for like an hour trying to find last minute costumes to throw together. So I think actually the singer for Warbringer, John Keeble, dressed up as a wizard that day, so he was the epic wizard, the epic thrash wizard on stage. I think everybody in Nevermore ended up dressing up. I remember, I think someone dressed up as a banana, and like someone else was a cow or something like that. There's a lot of pictures that are kind of out there. Actually the merch girl for Nevermore was like a luchador wrestler, and I dressed up as Glenn Danzig that year. Well, I've been dressing up as Glenn or like any misfit really for like the last 5 or 6 years. So this year I got to do it again, and like what was kind of funny about that was a couple weeks before that show, I actually found a pair of skeleton gloves on the side of a stage, just completely randomly. Someone had sort of forgotten them there. So I picked them up and didn't even really think about them, and I sort of put them in the back of the van. And then that day, when I was rummaging through the van and thinking about what to do, I saw the skeleton gloves. I was like, all right, screw it, man. This is a sign. I gotta do my Misfits thing again. I gotta keep the tradition alive. So I went on stage that night, you know, put my hair in a devil lock, did, you know, put the eyeliner on, skelly. I kind of drew a sort of like rib cage onto my black t-shirt. You know, I did the best job I could. And actually, during the intro of our song, I kind of sung the intro lyrics to Halloween by the Misfits, so that was kind of funny. And that's pretty much my Halloween story.